In fact, India's retaliation to Pakistan's audacious attack is just a matter of when and not if. And our terror-patronizing neighbor knows it as well. In fact, Pakistan's Defence Minister Khwaja Mohammad Asif has warned that a military incursion by India into Pakistan is imminent following the Pahalgam carnage. Media reports suggest that, fearing action from India, Pakistan has strengthened its military forces. Asif had reportedly said that Pakistani military has been briefed and they've briefed the government about the possibility of an attack from India's side. Now, Pakistan very well knows where it stands vis-a-vis India's military might, and with the usual all-weather friends, US and China also not writing any blank checks for Pakistan, the only option is to use bluster as ammunition. Now, you heard what the defense minister had said. In fact, this is not the first time he made such a statement, and he is not alone in making these statements. The general is now missing in action. Political troops and the trolls have now been deployed to propagate false bravado. Take a look at what is making Pakistan so nervous. What is it that Pakistani leaders know could happen, and why is it that they're trying to bring in such propaganda? Let's take a look at what India has done so far. This is after the Pahalgam attack perpetrated by Pakistan. The biggest decision being taken by India is to put in abeyance the Indus Water Treaty, which means that 50% reduction in crop yield can be expected in Pakistan. So imagine the impact that it's having on the people of Pakistan, the citizens of Pakistan, because of what the military and the government is supporting. 50% reduction in the crop yield. And there's a blackout of up to 16 hours. Imagine the impact that it's going to have on the economy and on the citizens. In fact, India is also in talks with Afghanistan. The impact of it, as you're seeing, Pakistan could snub Pakistan because Afghanistan is going to look at its own interests. It wants to expand economic ties and it's not going to support terror. India has also decided to shut the Atari border, and this means that Pakistan will now have to scramble to stock up medicines. So the common citizens of Pakistan will again end up suffering because of what Pakistan is doing. Import worth $500 million will also be impacted because of this decision. In fact, India has been very clear. Not just is there no space of any terror, but there's no space of any propaganda as well. And there are 16 Pakistani YouTube channels that have been blocked for spreading lies in the country. So these are influencers from Pakistan. They were spreading information, misinformation about Pakistan and what's happening in India. They have been blocked. In fact, a strong warning has also been given to BBC for pushing prejudice and biases. So let's take a look at what this means on ground, the military might of the country as well. It's well known that India is the fourth most powerful military in the world and clearly has the upper hand against Pakistan. And of course, history says it as well. Pakistan has lost 3 major wars. It's in 1965, 71 and 99. So history speaks for itself. But let's also get back to what Khwaja Asif has said, that India will soon unleash its wrath on Pakistan. And what makes him think so? Let's give you a timeline of what has happened before, the provocation that has come in from Pakistan and how India has retaliated. Just take a look at the dates that you're looking at on the screens. 2016 is when the Uri attacks had taken place. It was on the 18th of September when 19 army men had been killed by Pakistani-backed terrorists. 10 days later, India retaliated with the army's retaliatory strikes being launched in Pakistan. Now, in 2019 as well, in the Pulwama attack, the cowardly attack had taken place on the 14th of February with the CRPF convoy being attacked that left 40 of our braves martyred. And 12 days later, India retaliated on the 26th of February. Remember, the IAF jets had bombed the training camps of Jaish. In fact, rattled by India's diplomatic offensive, there's also a total meltdown in Pakistan. A spooked Islamabad has in fact called for an emergency meeting after India put the Indus Water Treaty on hold. Pakistan is now likely to form a panel to manage its water strategy amid the growing pressure. My colleague Rishabh is joining us on the broadcast with the details. Rishabh, the unfortunate truth is that terror has been sponsored by Pakistan time and again, and we've just played out the multiple incidents that have taken place and the reaction that has come in from India as well. Yet no lessons learned. Again, we saw what happened in Pahalgam, after which India said enough is enough and has put on hold the Indus Water Treaty. But it's the people of Pakistan who are going to suffer because of this. An emergency meeting has been called. What are the details?
Well, Pakistan needs to understand where the fault lies. Unless and until you do not understand the problem, the solution is not to be found. That is for sure, and that's the reason that Pakistan has not been able to curb the actual problem that Pakistan is reeling under. Pakistan is reeling under state-sponsored terrorism, that its fund, the people's money is going for terrorism, and that is something that is crumbling the economy further. Now that India has taken punitive action, remember, India did not take this punitive action in 1965, neither it took this action in 1971, not even when the Siachen Glacier happened, not even when Kargil happened, not even when Mumbai happened. The problem is India gave time and again warnings to Pakistan that you should not do it. Even during Pulwama, even during Uri, India did speak about Indus Water Treaty, but Pakistan did not mend its way, and India was compelled on 23rd of April 2025 to put this water treaty into abeyance, to ensure that the pressure now comes from within. And that's the heat that Pakistani establishment is facing right now. Remember, 80% of the industrialization or whatever it is left in Pakistan, or for that matter, the farming, the agriculture, depends on the water that comes in from the three northern rivers of the Indus water system. And if India decides to put an abeyance to the treaty, which it has done now, and decides to stop the water, it is not going to happen today, tomorrow, or day after. It will take time because it is huge amount of water. It's not even like few hundred cusecs of water, but huge amount of water that we are talking about. And now Pakistan is getting into water management instead of actually hitting at the actual problem and finding a solution. They are now looking for a crisis management, and that's the major problem that Pakistani establishment have. They do not care about the people. They do not care about how in future things will look like. The knee-jerk reaction is required. They will not, curb the terrorism, but will try and create a water management system.